Welcome to the AlbionTV War Report, your source of live battle coverage featuring the top guilds and alliances of Albion Online. Today is Wednesday, the 6th of August, 2025. I am your host, The Chosen One. I am joined today by Robin Hood RS on the play-by-play and Bogle on the camera. We are currently spectating the Albion Asia server on a 15-minute delay here at 14 UTC. So if you guys have reports of ongoing content in the real world, please contact us through Discord. Our info is on the screen now. Robin, we're currently hanging out with So of the, Okay. Who are these guys? I haven't seen So before, of the So Alliance.
Yeah, I haven't seen them either, but they're here nonetheless. They do own two territories, both of them under attack today. The zone next door in Swift Sands Basin and also here in Swift Sands Plain. It's a 1 versus 2 situation here. We do have the TLP Alliance of the Planet Guild, and we also have the Jin Alliance of the Solo King Guild here as well. So a two-prong attack, unfortunately, for So to handle. And so far, I don't see any hammering, repairing of walls or anything like that. So are just trying to let their couple bomb squads play, and that's about it.
I see a lot of Diddy Dance, Robin, a lot of back and forth. I'm not seeing a whole lot of bomb squads even. As I say that, finally a carpet and a run, but it was... not very well organized. Okay. That did not look good, Robin. That bomb to the north did not look good.
No, it did not. I mean... Maybe So are just waiting it out so the walls get breached here, and then it forces TLP and Jin on top of each other. Forces that friendly fire. Sure. Here comes a little bomb, though, and it does finally secure 2 kills on that engagement. Counter engagement, though, from Jin. Not going to find anything on the eastern side. So 2 kills in the bag already here for So.
Going to keep looking around the outside of this to see where they're pushing from. You did say this is a 2-prong attack. We do have 2 banners up. I want to get an understanding of what we've got for numbers here.
Wait. We do also have a couple of our territory.
It's Heibaragi. Heibaragi of Meerkats Assemble is here just over the north of this fight. No disarray on him yet. Interesting to see him out. I don't expect him to be here ratting.
Yeah, maybe just scouting to see what the content's like here. Not sure. But we do have territory launches elsewhere that we'll try and keep an eye on, see if anything comes of it. Remember, we are only on 1 client here today on the Asia server. But we do have territory launches in Thirstwater Waste, Dryvane Steppe, which I believe is a no-show because I didn't see Aguila massing, and there's no walls on the territory either. And then also North Strand Dunes under attack. So, and then the 2 that we have here that we're spectating at the moment. So a handful of territory launches spread out around the old world map at 14 UTC.
I just checked out the disarrays in this map, Robin. So we got like a solid disarray inside. You know, sitting at about 23 now, was just 22, gone up to a 23. 11 only from TLP, okay? Oh, so up to a 14 now, sorry, it has grown up to a 14 now from TLP. We didn't have any on Jin, and we still don't. So these are some pretty low numbers going up against So Alliance right now. They do have the numbers advantage, and they could hold out, conceivably, depending on what else happens as far as reinforcements or other people showing up.
Yeah, we shall see. Like we said, they do have the other territory northwest of here under attack as well. I'm going to quickly jump into there real quick as, you know, the Diddy Dance continues here.
Well, we just broke the first gate here, and nobody rushed in. TLP still going to work on the gates here, or in the walls, trying to smash to make a bigger entrance. Generally, you want to have a good space of 2 to 3 blocks that you can move through or escape. Meanwhile, Leo Cavalier comes in the tank and just pushes a little bit, testing the forces of So.
I did just scout the zone northwest. It is 0 to 5 in the map. No banners raised whatsoever. So it could be a pacify. All focus here onto Swift Sands Plain today. So just one main focus here. Shallow engagement coming out here, and it does secure 2 kills. Counter engagement trying to come out. Health bars dropping. The blazing is ablaze here on the choke point. 2 kills secured. Can it be more here? A lot of low health bars. The Astro staff doing its job here, trying to burn through the health bars. And look at that friendly fire engagement to the eastern side. A couple tickles there, but TLP, red on red, that does mean that there was indeed friendly fire here.
You don't want to see, well, I mean, depending on who you are, you don't want to see that. It's not a good sign.
No. So definitely want to see that.
Wow, that was definitely, that's a lot of them, too. That's 3 of them. That's half the deaths.
It was, it's an interesting strategy that Jin's group is using here to, you know, kind of engage in the same location, advance in the same location. Normally, when it's a 2-prong attack like this, you would take, like, the south side of where Ho King is right now, like, try and get in through that way, and then you kind of have that little sandwich maneuver. Great animatic staff play there, keeping that frontline group alive. Love to see that, and the little help from Jin's Bastion to knock the players towards the healers. Very nicely done there. So members going to be happy with that one.
Yeah, this isn't, I don't like this strategy here. I understand why they're doing it, because there's very few members of Jin here. They don't really have a full flank squad. If they go over to the side and separate too far from TLP, they could easily get run over by the So Alliance. So has easily twice the numbers of the whole force. And if they played this right, could put severe pressure on them. Oddly, it looks like they're mounting up, Robin. I don't like this. Unless it's a flank squad going in to put additional pressure specifically on the Jin Alliance, this could be dangerous.
Yeah, it does look like this is going to be a flanking squad maneuver here from our POV. Seeing what he can find. Are they going to get scouted? Bit of miscommunication here, potentially. A bit of reposition. I don't know why they are mounting up and doing this at the moment, but we do have a dismount. One member holding on for dear life does make it out alive, but Ho King finds a massive snare charge into the stun. Where is the clumpage and deletion? Great defensive so far, but should be delayed DPS here from So. They haven't really burnt anything yet, I don't think.
Just that first initial engage, and there's another push over the top. Finally, that bomb over the top did something as that slow, inevitable damage comes in over the top from that very slow bomb squad we saw before. But these guys just stuck around too long, Robin. This is too long.
Yeah. This is a little bit brawly, a little bit mixy, a little bit messy here. TLP, though, going to get the brunt of the return engagement here.
Starting to turn this one. Yeah, you know, it looked really bad for the guys in the So Alliance, but again, their numbers are starting to pay dividends here. They have enough on this lower level that they can put pressure on, but they have so many over the top that those bombs and the heals that are out of range are still having a positive effect for them as well. And they're going to push these guys out of Terrace 1.
Oh my god, and TLP getting burned alive here on the choke point, and look at that, Jin really can't do anything because So are playing this correctly. They are living on top of TLP, means Jin can't really engage unless they want a friendly fire, and TLP are pretty much done and wiped off the map here.
Friendly fire too, Robin. So as you say that, 2 more members go down to red on red action here. It could be the rats. There's a bunch of rats out here. Let's be honest, it could be rats.
They have, but look at this, a massive...
Oh, hey, Baragi goes down. Oh, TLP getting a nice little kill there. Hey, Baragi, what are you doing?
So advancing forward here, they're keeping up the pressure. TLP wiped off the map here. Jin left alive. Can they restabilize? That is the question. Into the open field we go. Jin don't have to worry about friendly fire anymore. Looking for a return engagement here. Health bars dropping, but it's not going to be enough because the Astro staffs are pumping and they are dumping right now. And it looks like Jin are pretty much done and dusted here as well.
Yeah, well, there's not much of Jin here to really fight this. This was not a fair fight for them. They were severely outnumbered, level 23 to a 0 disarray, Robin.
Well, their choice to show up in handhold. It's up to them how they wanna mass. I'll give it to So in a 1 versus 2 situation. Handled it well, played it extremely well. Love to see it. You know, noticing what they had to do in that 1 versus 2 situation, living on top of TLP right off the rip, disallowing Jin to hit and engage. And then when TLP got wiped out the map, Jin followed suit quite quickly. Love
that catch in the choke, Robin, as they were pushing them out of Terrace 1, was the nail in the coffin there. They, you know, I was a little concerned when we saw those guys mounting up. It didn't look like a good thing, especially with the Diddy dance afterwards of going outside, then back inside. But they made it work for them. They got in there, they got on top, they brawled it out, they hung in, even though they started to lose some players. I thought they were sticking around too long, but they knew their cooldown rotations way better than I did. They hit that second wave, and then when they pushed them in choke, it was over. Well played by the So Alliance and the So Guild.
Indeed. Well, I'm going to carry on bouncing around to see what else we have going on in the world. We still have... Okay, Idol are just holding here. Is it Maverick that's online? No. No Maverick today. Interesting. Does look like a lot of the other territory launches that we had are no-shows, unfortunately.
That's not good.
Yet, people are indeed masked.
Good, because I don't want to head out to do a daily show today. We've been showing up to these new time slots, and I like it. I want to show more fights, though.
Yes, so do I. Fortunately, so driving step, like we mentioned, Aguilar no-showed that one. That was to be expected. No walls were up. So Western Paradise claiming that zone. Right now in Thirstwater Waste, we do have Idol masked up in defense. And it had been launched on by the Jin Alliance of Fumas Guild, but we do not see them here on map. All the way up in the north, in North Strand Dunes, on the tippity top of the map here, that was also a no-show as well. I did check. No banner, nothing raised there, no defense nor attack unit up there. So that would be all of our territories, at least so far. Remember, we still have 2 minutes to go until we hit the 15-minute mark, so territories are then pacified automatically.
Yep, no need to do anything if nobody shows up with a banner, Robin. Interesting to see the Flying Dutchman out without Maverick. That's a rare day. I hope Maverick is doing well. We'll see how Fight Dog does here today as the caller for the Flying Dutchman. Flying Dutchman, one of the best guilds, pound for pound, Robin, out here. They play very, very well. They'll get into scraps of any size. I hope they get something happening in the next few moments here.
Well, we do have action back on King as TLP are back here, brawling it out outside the territory once again. King a little bit low, needs a little bit of topping up here from his healers. It is brawly, it's mixy, it's messy. 24 seconds remaining here on that Conquest banner, unless it gets touched here by TLP. Then they need to raise another one. Keep an eye on that. That is going to be the factor here. Oh, nice little deletion here from TLP. Secured a couple kills onto So.
23 versus 11 here for this battle here, Robin, as far as this rate. So has quite the advantage.
They do. And look at that. The banner was not touched by TLP. It did disappear, and right on time as well, because we're 15 minutes past the prime time window start, and that means the territory here in Swift Sand Plains has been pacified and defended today by So.
Well done, So. And So friends.
Indeed. Well, they're going to carry on battling it out here. TLP trying to hold on for dear life. Counter clumps coming in left, right, and center. It's brawly, it's messy. Members dropping for So, albeit 1 or 2. Can they find a counter engagement? A massive wave coming in on the northwestern side. But TLP doing a fantastic job of just spreading it out and kind of denying King any sort of clump potential here. As I say that, Little one comes in and 2 kills secured. A big nuclear bomb dropping there, followed up by a longbow, but the longbow's not going to do anything, as all that focus fire protection is stacked to the high heavens. No resilience penetration on it. It will be a useless weapon in this sort of playstyle, but the Astro Staff, on the other hand, like we just seen there, tearing apart the health bars with that 35% resistance penetration on its E, and TLP are once again cleaned up here and wiped off the map by So Alliance.
It's just so rough when you're outnumbered like that and you have to come in and take the fight, and I don't know why they stuck around so long, to be honest. Once that banner was gone, just get out, save anybody that you can. I don't think they saved anybody here, Robin. I think they're all dying.
They are all pretty much done and dusted.
It was donation level of death here. This was not good.
Well, at least we have a little bit of life in the eastern side of the map. Has been seen before that these 2 territories this time slot have been launched on, and when they did, Papa Pinoy Flower showed up and denied the content. So luckily today we did have some good content in these 2 zones, and both territories are indeed pacified. Great work.
Yeah, we have just letting the audience know in chat that we have some big events going on today. We have our interview with Zizaran today at 2020 UTC. We're going to play some depths, ask him some questions, talk about his Crucible victory, ask him maybe about what he's going to do with those fancy swords that he just won. Should be a good time. I've enjoyed talking with him so far, and he played a lot of Albion during this event for the Crucible, Robin. It was really impressive.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job. I mean, a lot of the the veterans came in and guided him and guided a lot of the new players that came in with them. And they started off as, a guild on day 2, I think, going for their first castle and getting insta-deleted, to then taking on some of the bigger and best names on the European server. They took on Worldwide multiple times and won. They were taking on the 6th Alliance multiple times and still winning, as I believe that that beef is still ongoing, judging by Lupac's stream title. And yeah, it's been, a fun month to watch how players can so quickly learn the ropes of a brand new game they've never played before and dive right into, being a decent ZVZ force. Some guilds out there, they've been around for quite some years and they still...
You're taking a swing like that?
Concept.
Are you taking a swing like that? That's so mean. I mean, come on. I mean...
But am I wrong?
No, you're not. I mean, we did see them come in and play some pretty nice matches against some very veteran guilds as well. We saw them against M3R Company. We saw them against Worldwide. They played very well, and I think a lot of it came from the fact that they had such veteran players that spent time with new players to show them the basics. And if you have people with experience in the important positions teaching people what to do, and you give them easy commands to follow, like they're your regular player in Albion, they can follow them. And Albion's not too complicated. As long as you follow the guy in front of you, keep your eyes open, and do the button presses when you're told to, you can play ZVZ.
Yeah, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. Also, they had Derek telling them what to do, when to do it.
Yeah, you don't stop. You can fail to listen once. If you don't pay attention every time, you can miss it once, and then you're kicked from the guild. You're not going to miss it again because you're not in the guild anymore. So all those other people who saw that guy get kicked, they know to listen now. They're not going to not listen next time.
Uh-huh.
Get that one chance, so you get kicked out of the guild. Yeah.
That one chance.
Well,
Well,
man. Good
We'll
times.
see
Good times.
how well they do, because they are sticking around. Talk about sticking around. We'll go stick on to Scripsies in Western Paradise,
Okay.
or for Western Paradise, should I say,
Wanna
in
see.
High Tree Borderlands, because they are currently fighting Fumas of the Jin Alliance that did have that territory launch onto that zone a couple maps away. So no territory attack, but we do have an open field battle here.
Well,
Does look like
just
this-
watching these. Yeah, go ahead, Rob. Good.
Yeah, I was going to say, it does look like this fight has just started, judging by the OC timer here. So a couple of engagements have already happened. So we're pretty fresh into this, but there are already bodies scattered across this choke point, and it seems like it's going both ways.
I like it when we get a bit of the both sides, you know, having a back and forth here, not one side taking an instant lead here. But we have a lot of red tags behind these guys in Idle. What's going on there? Is this a three-way fight, or is Blame working alongside Idle? Or is that just rats? Holy shit.
At this point, it could be rats. I
Dude,
don't
that
know
might
what
just
the
be
hell.
a massive wild... Yeah.
The rats knew that the
There's
fight
rats.
were going to be around this region, so you just follow the blob that's in front of you. So we're not too far from Limhurst Portal either. So it is what it is. But back to the action here on that choke point. Back and forth continuing here. And it's, even though it looks like a wide choke point here, this massive rock in the middle of the choke point actually narrows it down quite a bit here. So forcing players on top of each other, forcing out that big AoE escalation as well. Scripsy's here trying to find something shallow, not going to find much here, but he does burn a gig pot on that D-tank. And it does look like Jin are backing away off this choke point, so it could actually be a legitimate third party coming in. It looks like it's PKO. I see a couple Order of Eris to the eastern side, but again, they're bloodletters. They could be rats. We'll have to wait and see. No, I see a Bastion. I think it is a legitimate force of PKO. So Jin now on the back foot, not wanting to be sandwiched here. Scripsies for Western Paradise. Rolling forward, trying to keep this fight in play.
Nice push here by the forces of Idle. Very aggressive here as they chase these guys into another choke. It's going a little bit more open than the last one, but not much, Robin. Not much.
No, we got a couple more rock formations here on this water choke, and there's a double one for either side. This could be a massive setup here for Scripsies. The chain CC's coming in. Dustweaver armors to the back line. Scripsy's just waiting for these defensives to go away here, but he pops it a little bit too early as the defensives keep rotating here. Western Paradise not going to find anything, and it looks like Jin are going to fire back, and it's a deep hit to the eastern side, securing a couple kills here. And we have that massive amount of reds all the way to the southeastern side. It is just pure chaos here in High Tree Borderlands at the moment.
Nice push back by Jin. Gonna secure a couple of kills here, but the headbutts back and forth, Robin. It's like one swing from one side, one swing from the other. Both sides doing damage here. I'm gonna say it looks like Idle is a little bit ahead in the kill count, but this is one of those situations. In these brawl scenarios, it becomes very hard to truly predict who's gonna win this. We have such a zoomed in view on the action. We don't get to see the whole fight. And sometimes it looks like things are going great for one side, when in fact they are not.
Yeah, and a lot of those red on reds were actually rat kills. I seen a massive amount of them to the northeastern side just a moment ago there. All on bloodletters, all with assassin jackets on. You can see a couple of them starting to scurry in. Look at them all just coming through on that northeastern side of our screen. They are all rats looking to try and get some picks, and they did get quite a few actually during that messy brawl. But right now, both sides have kind of broken away from each other. We'll see if it re-engages.
Let's see where they do re-engage from. I do see that massive blob of rats now rotated around to the northeast here of Idle. They had been on the southwest. These guys are very active today, these rats.
Yes, they are. Oh, they make a lot of money. I'm still inclined to say that the protection rate needs to be up, but that's just me.
What do you want to see? Like an 8-minute long
5.
wait? 10-minute long wait?
I say 5.
Five.
It's
Five?
like 2 minutes
It's
30
2 minutes
at the moment,
now.
I think.
It's 2 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, in some scenarios, that 2 minutes feels like a very long time, like when you're in the depths, for example. There's a lot of bags that are left on the ground because you chase off another group. There's a lot of 3-player, 3-group battles, 4-group battles, where you don't necessarily get the kill, but you do win the fight, and sitting around in the location for 2 minutes kind of sucks. I would really hate to sit around for 5, but in these ZVZ open world scenarios, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you can always change it just so it's only open world, right? So instances are treated as normal, or as is, shall we say.
Well, it does look like one side has backed off, maybe even ran away here. I don't see anybody here, and the blob looks to be separated quite a bit. They are still demounted on the other side of the river, but they're very far away from this idle group.
Yeah, Idle right now chasing down some of those rats that they have dismounted. Just making sure they are removed from the battlefield, trying to secure some of that loot back for themselves. And they are catching quite a few here.
Yeah, I still see those skulls popping up on the map occasionally. A couple kills here and there. I hope they come back and actually fight the real fight, Robin, because it's like watching paint dry.
Yeah, I mean, they are slowly making their way towards each other right now. So it looks like the fight is about to be re-engaged here shortly. Again, this could be a friendly fight between these forces. Not 100%
Yeah, that makes
sure.
a lot of sense. Yeah, I get that a lot. If you want to kind of eliminate your rats, and both sides say, "Hold on, guys, got to take a rat break. Gotta go kill some rats." Both in ZVZ gear, you can catch these rats.
And indeed, yep. And this seems like the case here. Both sides back onto the choke point where we originally began. Remember, friendly fights are very, very common here on the Asia server. Nice first engagement here. Gonna burn a load of defensives. A lot getting utilized on that first engagement there for Jin. No kill secured, but still putting cooldowns on defensives like that will allow for an opening strike soon enough.
Gonna wait for an opening here. Scripsy just looking for. Okay, finally back into the action. Scripsy going. Took a little bit of a pause.
Another wave here. D-tanks. It's a heavy D-tank line. You're going to look to try and burn some Cleric Cow usage. Remember, that goes on to a 1 minute 30 cooldown. Gig Pot as well after a double usage from the Smuggler's Cape. If they're utilizing that goes on to a massive cooldown. So once you burn those, that is, your opener here. But Bomb Squad's hitting left, right, and center. PKO, Order of Errors Bomb Squad, also hitting Jin from the northwestern side here. So that group getting involved once again. It's getting mixy. It's getting brawly here on the choke point. And remember, it's a very tight choke point. And it looks like Jin have done the old switcheroo and put Idle now in the firing lines of that Order of Errors Bomb Squad on the northwestern side, which I don't think Scripsy's actually realized is there yet.
I think he knows it's there, Robin.
I don't think he does.
He does.
Because he
Does
hit, and he was on the other side, and they hit, and then here they come on the northwest. Bride of Fury is nearly securing a handful of kills. They did secure 3. It was looking to be a lot more. And I told you, I didn't think that they knew that it was.
You're right.
But hey, the breakthrough's coming in now. Scripsy doesn't want to play on the choke point. He wants to play out in the forest now. Through the trees we go. Western Paradise looking for a potential massive clump of deletion coming up shortly. Jin members a little bit low. They're stacking heavily here on the south side, but preemptive defensives are down here, and Scripsy should just be waiting. He has been triple kicked to the back lines, leading up to a massive clump, but the Mistwalker jacket will save the day here for Jin, and a counter engagement from a small bomb squad unit on the northwestern side will secure 3 or 4 kills.
Well played. Nice back and forth between these two groups. I mean, if this is friendly, they're doing a great job at making it look nice.
Yeah. I mean, both sides are playing extremely well. Defensives are coming down here, left, right, and center. You know, we have 1 or 2 major deletions coming in, but apart from that, it's nothing too crazy, and it has been a constant trade back and forth here between these two groups.
It has not been quiet. Once they get into fighting position, players have been dying. There's been a lot of strikes, a lot of people sticking around, nobody running away early. There's good defensives out. It's not like nobody's trying to defend themselves. It's just that the offense is continuing to be thrown over and over, even when it gets to the point where somebody's going to die. And you see that a little bit more often in friendly back and forths. And it looks like somebody's dealing with more rat
hunting.
Yeah, rat time.
The rat cages are out once again. Stiff beard going down here. PKO still prowling on the battlefield. I wonder, are we going to get another round of action once these rats are cleared away?
They might. I mean, it's been good action so far when they do fight, Robin. Like, they do take the time to go and kill the rats, which honestly I get. You know, go for it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Got to do what you got to do. I mean, they are causing a ruckus. They are, you know, securing kills. They are interrupting the fight. See, and that's what I don't mind. When rats are actually, like, forced to get kills, that's fine. Because they got to come in some pretty decent gear to actually get those kills secured anyway. That's fine to me. It's the ones that just sit there and just wait for the timer of the loot bags to open so they can scurry through the loot. That's the ones I don't like. Because they're doing nothing for their potential massive reward, where the reward should go to the players that are engaged in the fight. That's my gripe. That's what I think should be fixed. But that's just, you know, a grumpy old ZVZ player that has to, you know, put up with rats on a day-to-day basis.
How much damage should they have to do? How much damage should they have to do in order for it to count, Robin?
I mean, if they're securing the kill, then...
I mean, even what if they're not securing the kill? They're just doing damage in the fight.
Then to me, I don't think, you know, anyone can just tickle.
Well, I'm not saying tickle, like how much. Like, we're not talking about a tickle. I'm talking about how much damage.
I don't think that should be a factor. I think they should.
Oh, absolutely.
If they want the loot bag, they should be able to secure the kill.
No. Three-way fights, Robin. You end up having people who, like, if you do a third of the damage, that's way more than enough. That's way more than enough to count as having right to that bag. It's not all about your ZVZs. There's a lot of Albion here, Robin. You just end up with last kill like Andes out there. That's last hit Andes. That's all they'll be everywhere. That's terrible. Hate to see that. Just bloodletters everywhere again.
I mean, that's what we have right now.
Well, we have a lot more than that. Not talking about just in ZVZs here, Robin. That would affect way more than your rats if you make it so the only people who can loot are the people who get the last tag. Got to be somewhere along the way.
I don't give it.
Anyway, I know. Like, there's only one type of game for Robin. I get it.
Earns a lot of defensives here on that northwestern side. Cleric Cow's getting activated. Gig Pot's down as well. I don't know if Scripsies is going to keep that in mind. Another big clump, but no kills secured because perfect defensives coming down. Idol now breaking through the choke point. And it was this Northwestern group here that did have their cooldowns burnt here, so they don't have any defensives. Will they find anything with a deletion here? Scripsies funneling back across the choke point. The flood's coming in, the switcheroo's coming out. A massive clump and deletion. Finally, Scripsies, that's what he was looking for. Can they clean up the rest of the members of Jin here? That is the question. That was a nice little trade there. And it does look like they are just sending it here. Another handful of kills secured. That could be GG's called, though I don't see anything in Say Chat. I do see the massive amount of rats here on the northeastern side getting fully engaged on once again by Scripsies.
That was
that
nicely
should
done.
be
That's probably it, Robin. That's probably it.
That was a nice little counterplay there. I liked what Scripsies did. There is a cage in that bush.
There's a bit more Jin still working over there. They might be regrouping.
May get a 4th round.
Yeah, I mean, it's so far this is the rounds we've got, Robin. I'm continuing to bounce around, and I mean, I'd like a heat map. I'd like a heat map, Robin, so that when we have new, fights, like people who we don't know are fighting, then we can still find those fights. Unfortunately, with Albion Asia, it's really hard to find a lot of these fights because they're smaller fights, and we don't know the leaders of these smaller guilds and the whoever's leading the fights. We just don't know who the callers are. Very hard to find the battles.
Is indeed. A heat map would be glorious, but I don't think we're going to get that anytime soon.
One day, Robin. One day. No.
You know, I know that there's a heat map actually out there in the wild, but
Stop it. No. Now you're hurting
it's
my
not
feelings.
one to look at, shall we say?
You're hurting my feelings here. Like somebody else is.
One of the devs told me.
Oh, it's just not good.
It's not for public viewing.
Well, we see that's it, but I don't need it for public viewing, Robin. I mean,
it's not for our viewing either. Let's also say that, because it's not pretty. It's not.
Is it functional?
Viable.
Is it functional?
I don't know.
I will watch the damn Matrix if it tells me where the fights are. There's a fight over there, right next to the red-haired lady.
Ooh,
lady in the red dress, I guess. I don't know. It's been a while.
Looks like we got a fight over here, potentially about to kick off shortly.
Who do we got?
On Fockcore, cluster queue activated.
No way.
Over here in Glacier Fall Canyon, it's probably going to be a friendly fight if I'm going to go check to see who that other blob is. Where's my mouse? There it is. Snow map. I can't see anything. It's Foo. All right, we'll most likely end the show on this friendly fight once it kicks off, because they do tend to go on for quite some time.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get to cover this. I do enjoy it. Like, we've gotten to see these guys several times in the last few weeks. It is a friendly fight, but sometimes that's what you get. When everybody works together, they still have to keep their skills sharp for that one day where somebody may stand up against them and try to challenge their range. But until then, they're just gonna, fight each other.
Someone asking me if I can upgrade the server instead of doing a war report.
Yeah,
I'm not a server technician. That is not my job. Well, here we go. The line of battle mounts starting to blast away as the ballistas line the battlefield along with the bastions and everything else here. And for the audience at home, just keep an eye on the old kill feed down on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. That will indicate where this fight is going, because this is going to be very spread out, very brawly, very chaotic. We couldn't really shock call or shoutcast what's about to occur.
I don't know.
A kill feed will do it for us.
Red's down. Red's down. 5 reds down. Uh, 4 green down. More green down. More reds down. This is a sloppy fight, Robin. Both sides losing players.
And it's just getting started.
Both edges, too. Look at the western flank. All those skulls that popped up on the western flank. Somebody got absolutely hammered over there. And again, a follow-up. Lots of members of Fu going down here. And as soon as I say that, Robin, I think 8 members just go down for...
The counter engage comes in. But it's going to be like that. It's just going to be a constant wave back and forth as the fight expands way past our viewing angle right now. East to west, north to south. Interestingly enough, there are a couple of the beetles, little turtles on the battlefield. Obviously, we did see that right at the beginning of the Brawl meta. Not sure if they're testing it to see if it's viable once again, but I would guess so. It does reflect in an AoE. And obviously, when we're in a Brawl situation...
lots of AoE.
Lots of AoE to reflect.
I will say this, the kill board looks pretty even, Robin. I've been watching it, and it's, you know, we get clumps of as many as 10 in a row, but it then evens out the other way. Both sides still getting kills. Big clumps either side. Lots of death. The death has not stopped. We haven't gone 10 seconds without a death.
Yeah, it is just constant at the moment. I haven't really seen anything major from, like, Buckle's clumping. That could be about to prove me wrong on the northwestern side. He does get interrupted there, so I don't know if he's going to find anything here. 4. Nothing too crazy. 5 now. Slow bleed out on a couple members. But look at that. Return engagement on the south side. 3 more kills secured here for Fu. Make that 4. There was 350 players all in this one zone fighting it out, but Cluster Q has came to an end. So all players that wanted to get involved in this fight are now in here.
Everybody's in. Well, Robin, it's just making room as these guys die. It's just a constant death. Lots of room. Re-gears might have to cluster Q in, but I have a feeling that they're not going to be able to get back into queue fast enough before more people die here, because it's just a constant death churn in my kill feed here. Both sides, again, losing 4+ a go.
Yeah, and there's no let up here to this. Actually, as I say that, never mind. Finally, a couple kills secured here, but Pinoy Flower, I mean... Again, we can't really see to the far eastern side the regroup potential here of Fu, but there's a lot of green name tags on my screen right now. Not a lot of red, but they could be hiding anywhere.
Big push here. Another member of Fu going down. Another member of Fu going down. Another 2 members of Fu going down. This is a pretty well-sustained push here. We're looking at a trade of what looks like 15-2 right now in favor of Pinoy Flower.
Yeah, it's definitely starting to, you know, lean one way quite heavily. But then again, you know, just like that,
bam!
Can a counter come in here? 4 kills secured.
7 the other direction. And then another 5 for Pinoy Flower, completely evening out what was just done. And yeah, now they're still 15 up.
The sustain here is absolutely insane as well. The amount of Hellion jackets coming out on rotation, just constantly self-healing here as well. Nice clump, no real deletion coming in there. Is there going to be a counter punch? There is. Hearing 1 or 2 more kills there. But just the amount of battle mounts here is absolutely insane at the moment. Here's the massive group of Fu. So they were tucked away to the far eastern side and down to the south here. But look at all those red circles. They're all Hellion jackets activated. If only there was a thing that could, you know, AoE purge.
Wait, what? I thought there was, Robin.
What's that?
Doesn't something purge?
Not that's viable in a fight like this.
I can't use. Okay, no monk stabs. Okay.
Not like this. If only there was an armor piece that was an AoE purge.
Oh, it has to be an armor piece. You can't.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I would love to see the mage robe turn into, you know, a demon armor effect. So, like, mage robe is an armor purge, but it's not an AoE. Like, if the target hits you, they get purged.
Yeah, it only purges the targets that hit you.
If they did it so the demon armor, how like the demon armor reflect applies onto your allies around you.
Yeah.
So the purge applies onto the enemies around you, or onto the allies around you, then you have an AoE purge, and then, you know, the brawl meta takes a massive dent in, you know, sustainability and everything else.
And honestly, it wouldn't like make the mage robe that much OP in small scale either, because honestly, it's good, but it needs
you're still a coffee. Remember that you have to be inside of this chaos to, you know, for it to be effective. So I don't know.
No, I'm not necessarily against that. I could see it.
Yeah. You got the knight armor, the wind wall, right? But that's it's a line. You don't move with it. It's, you know, you have to, you know, place it in the right direction to do it, and it's on quite a long cooldown. I believe it's like a 40-second cooldown or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So it's quite a heavy cooldown on that as well, where the Hellion jacket's just constantly, you know, up before that's up. So, but hey, that's me. It looks like GGs have been called here as the fight comes to an end. Who won?
We have a fight on Hey Baragi. Somebody in chat just gave us a shout for Hey Baragi. Meerkats Assemble taking on Cat and Rat in a castle fight. Skylake Hinterlands. Thank you, Singblade.
Alrighty, let's jump on over. The list of lists.
I wasn't going to go to Hey Baragi because I saw him get killed solo earlier. You know, he wasn't on my rotation anymore. I figured he was just out there ratting.
It is for an inside POV going to be Fangfall again, who we did watch last.
Fangal.
Fangal, yeah,
Fangcall.
Yeah,
Fangcall.
Yeah. Who we did watch last week here on the Asia War Report. If we want to switch to an inside POV, albeit a little bit of murder here on the gates at the moment. Here comes the brimstones.
Oh, a lot of murder on the gates. Look at that. That's brutal.
Cat and Rat getting stacked and clapped at the moment.
Oh, look at you, little Dr. Seuss.
You're welcome. But Fang here in a, you know, a ballsy position outside the castle, bow stacked ready to rumble. Kind of getting ignored here by MVP for the time being. He is waiting.
It's just a bit of a waiting game here, waiting for people to come within range here. Meerkats Assemble are no joke. They do show up. They do fight.
The 1-2 punch here from MVP. Not going to secure any kills. Here we go. Fang looking for something here. Nice little clumpage. Not enough dumpage. Great heals and supports coming down. And the counter engagement actually on that engagement. More cats and rats dying. And more dying.
Yeah,
I don't know why they're standing on the gate.
This is not good. This is not great. Like, we've seen it happen over and over and over here. You got to realize that it's happening to you and not make the same mistake 3 times in a row now.
Yeah. you know, second time's like the time where you go, okay, we're definitely doing something wrong here. Let's stop doing that. And then it's like Fang may have just realized that is the call. And into the second level of the castle we go potentially. No, one more hoorah here. No. No.
Falling back, falling back.
I don't think like TLP know what's going on. Like half their groups inside, the other groups like down here at the first gate still. We're all coming back down. Now we're all going back inside. You know? Okay, the gate's down finally. Looks like Piggy has disconnected, unfortunately.
That's not great. That's not great. Don't get disconnected mid-ZVZ. Prove your internet. Call your ISP.
Cat and Rat, though, going to lose another 2 on the gate. Looking for a return engagement, but defenses were already down here. MVP, though, with the Brimstones raining down from above. Luckily for them, a little bit mistimed with the Great Arcane still in effect. Will deny any damage from those Brimstones landing on that clump. Now the fight continues here onto the second gate of Skylake Hinterlands Castle. MVP, they are feeling comfortable right now. And so they should, with another clump and deletion coming out like that. And a second wave coming in. Doesn't secure anything, but still burning defensives. TLP looking to fire back here. Not going to find anything whatsoever.
Well, this is not looking good for TLP right now. Every time they step towards the gate, they get slapped. And Fang Call is down. We're going to need another POV.
There, the TLP run here. Yeah, TLP are running. Just switch to Haber.
Yeah.
I think they're trapped inside.
Oh no. And here come the forces of Meerkats assemble. They're gonna stand up and look at you. What you gonna do?
Another blob coming in on the southeast, albeit a little bit small to potentially contest. It's going to be Jin, Fumas, and those guys rotating through. Are they? They're beelining it towards the castle here. Battle mounts are going live for them. 19 disarray debuff so far for Jin. We'll stick on Hey Baragi for now. TLP actually holding back inside the castle again, so they may be looking to get a regroup. Hey Baragi may be into a 1 versus 2 here.
Well, hopefully. I mean, I hope they do. They can handle it, especially if one of those sides is Cat and Rat.
They do have that 33 disarray debuff for them. They are the biggest force in the zone right now. What are they gonna find? Oh, I think Jin just disengaged. You can see the blob going all the way east. I think they noticed that they bit off a little bit more than that they can chew here. Will TLP hold inside castle? They
seem to be holding right now, Robin.
Half mounted, half dismounted.
Okay, I only see the dismounted guys as Hey Baragi comes in and he gets met with a real minor engage here, Robin. You might be right. Too many of these guys are mounted up and not ready to defend.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication, it seems like
here. Left behind.
It's a faux send out the western side. Hey Baragi and Meerkats assemble. They want the loot bags, and TLP looks like they may be giving a couple of those to Meerkats. Yeah, no idea what TLP were thinking there. Seemed like maybe the bomb squad wanted to carry on fighting, but main Zerg didn't because their main shock holder was dead. No idea. Who is this coming in? Okay, Jin's back in the fight, and a couple of them are going to get forced dismounted here. Very messy.
Well, let's see what happens here as Meerkats assemble are about to run right into Fumas here. Fumas backing it up. Nice bit of kiting here. Love to see both the carpets and the rings in play.
First blood.
Early on some of these other defenses. Okay.
Grovekeeper player. Any heal for that player? No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Nope, don't need it. Just a Grovekeeper, Robin. Don't need those guys.
No. Jin are kiting right now, but they're not actually, you know, firing back and relieving any of the pressure. That will just allow Meerkats and MVP just to stroll right in and get on top of them. And then the chain CCing starts, and that's where the bloodbath unfolds. And here we go. The clumpage is starting to come out. Couple kills secured on the first engagement. And TLP rejoining the fight on the northwestern side. And MVP read that. Very good reposition here for the whole entire Zerg down to the south side, taking away
position. Use the environment here.
Again.
Lots of good environmental pieces that they can use to get space, and they do, and they're just going to go right up here and take it right to the north. And I think that TLP is pushing in from the west. That's going to make for a messy engage here if TLP comes in from the western side.
Yeah,
a little bit
of a head,
completely cut off. They got completely cut off. They just got frozen. I don't know what happened over there. Maybe an arcane? Or just
yeah,
slow?
I mean, D-Tank's doing a fantastic job there for MVP, stopping that sandwich maneuver coming into effect. And you can see via the kill feed, the Alliance members going to town off the corner of our screen on the northeastern side. And that will be onto that group of Jin, while MVP's main Zerg focuses here onto TLP. Bombs coming in left, right, and center, but MVP handling it extremely well, looking to start to walk up here. TLP's main Zerg maybe looking for something. Might be a bit of a headbutt coming in here, but so far it's all MVP, MVP, MVP.
MVP's looking really good. Meerkats assemble. Sometimes, you know, they look really good. Sometimes they look decent, but they're looking really good today. And they're fighting very hard against two separate opponents and looking good doing it. Well played by Meerkats assemble and those freaky fools. Them freaky fools.
It looks like they're about to... Yep, they just took down the main shock holder here for TLP once again, and they will carry on advancing here as TLP look to potentially spread off into the winds here. The backup shock holder Q there going to get trapped. Brimstone's raining down from the heavens above. Will secure a couple kills, followed up by main Zerg engagement, and that is TLP pretty much done and dusty here. But the castle did not get flipped. And did they loot the castle? That is the question. No, the castle hasn't been looted here by TLP, even though they still own the castle.
Well, it just flipped and they're not in there, so...
Oh, they just looted it now.
Okay. Well
so
played.
they did send someone there, securing the points, securing at least some of the, you know, the loot bags, or the silver bag, should I say.
They got a pretty decent group in there, actually. Looks like 7 or 8 of them. Including the Godfather. I bet you he's the one who has the loot. Kill the Godfather for the loot. That's the one. That's the guy.
Does sound like he would be the guy.
Yeah, yeah. He's got the fancy season victory mount and everything. It's him. All right. Well, on that note, Robin, what do we got left with this fight? Anything going on over there? I'm headed back.
Nope. It's
Okay.
done and dusted here. Hey, Baragi, going out the northwestern door here shortly. So that's going to be it for us here on the Asia server war report for today. It's not going to be over for us for today, though, here on AOTV. We'll be back at 1800 UTC for the European war report, followed up by the hour-long daily show, and then Zizaran will be joining us here for an interview going over everything Crucible, because he is indeed our victor as he takes home the handcrafted pair of Galantines and 2,000 gifted subs to his channel as well. He'll be talking to Shozin and Bogle all about it. I think at 20 UTC?
Yeah, about 2020 is when we expect to be going live. We generally end the daily show about 2015. Take about 5 minutes to get the show set up, and then we'll be back on.
Alrighty, there you have it. So make sure you're following the channel to be notified when we go live. And again, we'll be back at 1800 UTC. But until then, thank you guys for watching. And wherever you are in the world, have a glorious morning, afternoon, or evening, everybody. Adios.
See you soon.